Hello, it's Mike, aka Moog Lee. Hi. So, Jake gave me this challenge, and I was like, "What's Sonder?" it's a bit of a made up word, but then every word is made up, so it's fine. So the definition of Sonder is the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own. And this took me a second, right? I was like, okay, that's a weird feeling. To me, it seems very hopeful. If you're feeling isolated and lonely, like generally the last thing you tend to do is think about others' lives. And it my brain goes to the next level and it thinks like, oh, that's almost like a delight with the world that we're all living our lives and like occasionally our little orbits interact and cross each other and sometimes they stay for a while and sometimes they go completely in different places and sometimes for good, sometimes for bad. It's in a way it's almost the opposite of loneliness. But there's still a little bit of a negativity to it, you know? Especially that whole like living a life as complex as your own. Like everybody has their problems, right? There's got to be a little bit of realization. So thinking about how I communicate that with music, it's going to be overall positive. Certainly a mix of major and minor harmonies. But my brain is still kind of stuck on that image of like sitting in a train and just like watching the world around me and, thinking like sort of dawning on you how everybody has a story. To me, it's a really soundtracky kind of moment. So I went with more of a movie score feel for this. And as per the norm, I almost always will start off improvising with just piano, especially for something like this that's like movie score kind of thing. So um, here I have piano tech all readied up with a cinematic Steinway D. I was kind of mentally sort of thinking about some themes and stuff like that I might use. And just sort of playing around with a few things. And I think the first thing that I came up with is just this little lifting melody line. And I was like, well, that could be anything. That could be anything, right? We could start it on a minor and end it on a major. And I was like, okay, major, cool. Let's add in a two. Or we can add it in up here. I like that better, actually. We could start it on minor, or we could start it on major. And that to me, that sparks. That's the thing right there. Okay? So then, like, where else is it gonna go? Like, it's gotta go up. And then maybe we go down. I love that incomplete sus2 kind of a feel. Let's record a little bit of this, and we need a kind of a tempo here. So like boom, 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 kind of slower. We're in the mid 80s here. Okay, we'll turn the click on, and we'll just kind of see what comes out here. Let me wait a little longer. And of course, I forgot to turn off my loop. But that's okay. We'll just start it from here. I don't really like that. Let's try here. Same kind of... Just a simple major chord. And a little bit more movement. Okay, and it's like it's already a minute and a half long. Like we're looking at 30 to 45 seconds, so it's like it's already way too long, right? So how can we trim this down? I think I was getting a little bit more rhythmic in this latter section. So I'm going to kind of give it a... Actually, I'm not going to give it a listen back. Here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to set up another note lane in this track. And I'm just going to mute this clip, and I'm going to just try it again and see what happens now that my loop is turned off. Yeah. So let's just try it again, see what happens. So, 1. It and then repeat it. And it has to end. It has to end back on the thing. So that's 16 measures, and that's 45 seconds. So that's like kind of perfect right there. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this by adding some more music, movie, soundtracky kind of moments here. And we're for sure going to put in like a slowdown at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and set up an automation lane for that. We can do that later. I may quantize this. We'll see if it sounds okay. 2, 3. Give it a little bit more volume too. Love that sus. We can stretch out tempo a little bit in here too. So let's just put a couple of tracks up here, little regions just for slowdown purposes. Now the piano's doing something weird, and I don't know if that's just the built-in reverb. Probably. I'm gonna shut it off. It sounds like it's kind of hanging over, and it's blurry. I don't like it. I don't like the blurry. We don't want the blurry. You still got the blurry? I still hear like... That's really weird. That's probably things like sympathetic resonance and stuff like that you can do on here. You know, let's go to super basic. My favorite is... Where is it? Player wide. Yeah. And let's also turn off reverb and delay on there and make sure that that's not there. Okay. Now, some of these notes, like this one, this is a 16th note late. Hey, bro, just move. There you go. Okay. That should be... there we go. Yeah, I was going to say. So quantization, you know, that's the double-edged sword of quantization. Sometimes it's going to be correct. Sometimes it's going to not be correct. Depends on what you did in your performance. So let me zoom in on this a little bit too for you. You know, there we go. Okay, so let's get adding here and save our work to human versus AI. Sonder. Strings. Strings. We're gonna probably go 0 drums, I'm thinking. But strings are gonna be a good thing. And we've got a couple of good choices for that. We've got the friction modeled strings, and then I also have the string works. And I'm gonna definitely use both of these today. So let's just get them in there, get them ready to go. Violin solo is actually really nice. Sort of. I mean, it always sounds fake to me. It always sounds fake to me, no matter what. You know, especially when obviously it is fake, you know. So, all right. Should we think chords first? Now, a fake violin, that's fine and dandy, but you could, you know, layer it with effects and such to make the impact of its fakeness less. Let's come back to that. Let's do the basic chords here. So let's see here. What do we want is the big question. I like the mod wheel doing... I actually had a really nice patch for this, and I don't know what I did with it. I don't know where it is. It's not any of those things. It's really unfortunate. But that's okay. So I'm gonna try to do separate tracks for things like bass and higher stuff. You know, it makes sense. So. Nice fifths. So it'd be like cellos doing double stops and such. Let's just try to add that in and see what happens here. It would help if it was actually in the right place. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Now, the next chunk. The next chunk is... Who? Who get the next chunk? Who get the next chunk? Then we go down to the A flat. And then G flat. We hang there for a while. And so we'll taper off, like... We'll kind of taper it off, which is pretty nice. Those were not the correct notes. I am sorry, sir. We're sorry, sir. Those were not the correct notes. How dare you? And I don't want to just edit. I'm going to re-record that. From like here. Let's chop this. There. Because this has the modulation wheel still going in it here. So what's our next chunk? Okay, back to A flat. And then hanging on G flat again. And going back to the D. Okay, so... Okay. I like. Now, obviously, mixing we haven't even addressed yet, and this is much too loud, but it's okay. That's fine. Let's put that guy away, and let's label it something logical, like bass and cello. Bass and cello. Cellophane. Violin solo might be kind of cool to do a little counter melody in the background, like in the way background. So let's think. Let's just play and see what happens. I'm going to set up a loop for like the entire 16 measures and see what happens here. My God, that sounds fake and horrible. Is it me? Am I yeah, this is a bit of a problem with my brain. And I've played with real orchestras and this and that and so on and so forth. So it's like I know what the real thing sounds like, and it never sounds perfect, you know? Here's an interesting question. Can you change the speed of the vibrato? Can you do that? Can you do that? Vibrato, mod wheel, rate. What can we do to change that? We do have an external CV. And, you know, my modular brain goes, just get some sort of an LFO. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab an LFO. I'm going to go to nothing. I'm going to go to CV in. Okay. And we're going to just change this really slow, not tempo sync. No. I just want a really slow LFO on a very low level. Man. It's got all these sources and stuff going down. So what I kind of want is like, okay, velocity, bow position. I could probably take that out. I think that'd be fine. CV1. Let's go to amount just a little bit, and we're going to go to vibrato rate. Yeah. So now... Slower, faster. Hell yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I don't know if you can hear it. Slower. And now it feels like it's not really doing much, but it should be. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's turn the rate up just a hair. 5.5 hertz. We'll put it up to about 6.5. Okay, and then a little bit less on the CV and stuff. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can kind of again think about this as a counter melody, and maybe it'll only play a couple of notes here and there, just a little thingy up in the air above us. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. Let's see here. This might be a bust. I don't know. Let's try it. One more shot. I'm going to throw some effects on it. I'm going to see if it sounds okay. I like that little part. I liked that little part only, not the first part. For some reason it like re-triggered one of the notes, but I don't see that now. That's really weird. Okay, we'll just go with it, I guess. Now, here's the thing. Again, wait, what? But now, if you take, for example, if you want this to be super duper background, right? Then what you can do is throw reverb on it. There again, it re-triggered. Why did it re-trigger? Oh, I see. It's the mod wheel. For some reason, my mod wheel had a weird glitch. And I don't want aftertouch. My mod wheel had a weird glitch. That's strange. It's like a bit of dust in the mod wheel, and it went blop, blop. Okay, that probably should fix the problem then. Now, if we do pre-fader on this, then what we're going to do is only get the wet signal, and we can turn down the dry signal independently. So now it just kind of floats above us. In fact, we could probably even turn the dry off completely. Let's see how that sounds in context. Oh, that's actually pretty darn nice. That's actually really, really good. Okay, let's save it. Let's leave it. And, like, that's all we're going to use that for. That tiny little clip. That's it. Okay. As per the norm, you got to go back to the beginning. And you got to think about how it sounds as a rule. Like, what else are you going to add to it? That's where my brain is going, you know? That's actually nice. I like that. Okay, how about some high, really high stuff? More synthy. Something very artificial sounding. Let's see. What makes a nice, happy, synthy, artificial sounding? Oh, actually, you know what would be cool? Would be just a little bit of, like, ooh choir. Ooh choir. Let's see. Where's our ooh? Venus. Ooh. Pad? Oh, that's beautiful. That's actually really nice. I need to treat this piano kind of soon. Probably next. Let's see what we got here. higher? Maybe higher? A little weird. Is it just me? Yeah, heavy vibrato. Now, okay, so here's a little trick, right? I'm trying to play thirds. And if those are too high, then what I can do is reverse the interval and make it a sixth. I think I'm gonna just do that right there, and maybe just only that. I'm gonna take out some of the vibrato. Oh, that's really, really cool how it kind of goes poof at the end and it sort of puffs off into nothing. Listen to that. That's really, really neat. But vibrato is heavy. Which... There, see, it goes bling, kind of does a thing. What's the deal with that? What's the deal with that? Did I have some sort of a weird controller mishap again? Oh, aftertouch. How I hate thee. No, see, no controller movements at all. Okay, it just does that. Okay, weird. That's fine. Can we change that? Probably. Ooh, sustain. What? Sustain, ooh. Venus, ooh. There's many others that we can do. We can do a Mars, ooh. That's like the male version of it. Oh, okay, I like that, but let's see what happens when we bring it up an octave. Let's hear that again. Transposed up an octave. Ooh, way cooler. Okay, now does it do the thing at the end where it makes a weird glurp? Yes. All right, so we're gonna have to automate that. Let's do a thing here. Let's take these notes, and we will yoink. We're gonna yoink them out longer, and then we're gonna automate the volume of that one. Let's do that right now. But let's talk mixing here for a second. Okay, so I look at this. It's a lot of high-end, interesting stuff here. Let's put a high-pass filter on this right here. And then let's accentuate the high end by giving it some lift up here. A little bit of sizzle. A little bit of a bump right here, too. Okay, so I don't really want the low at all. I just want kind of the high sizzly parts. And then we can edit automation on that thing. Now let's do the same treatment for the piano. So this is going to get the same kind of thing, just not nearly as... Because we don't need the piano to play bass. But I do want it to be sparkly. Let's see, right at the beginning where it... So our fundamentals are like in here. You can even low pass filter it. And turn it into more of an isolated... Let's give it even less bass. And maybe like a peak up here at the top. Okay, let me hear that again. See if this is decent. And then we'll put it in the same reverb that I have on the other sound, which is a lovely, very rich reverb. Too much. Okay, now let's see how all that stuff mixes together. Right there, that's when I want to... Okay, so we're at 798. That's when I want to bring the level down. Question is... So here's the easy way to do this, right? You just make a chunk. That's just like, there's my level down. It's going all the way down. Okay, cool. Oop, we need it back here, actually. That's actually really nice. Now, if I wanted it to happen a little bit quicker, right, then you could just time stretch this clip, right? Time stretch it faster. Let's actually make it faster, but make it occur just a little bit later. Let's hear it with the bass. It's going to slow down there a little bit too. Piano needs to be a little bit louder. Okay, how about like a little tinkly thing? Some little cosmic fairy magic spell. You know what I mean? No, you don't. You have no idea. But you will. You'll get it. What's really good at making cosmic fairy magic spells? Oh, I know. Parsec. Parsec is really good at this kind of stuff. It's an additive synth, and it has some really wild things. Textures. Yeah, there's an entire category for wind. No, just kidding. That's like wind instruments. I can't just go textures. Here, think about it like this. All right, let's come out. Let's come back to that one. Ew. Nope. Even like that could be cool. Especially if we just take the high end. How about like here? Where it goes to G flat. Right here. Some little doo-wacky right there. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to start it here. Okay, so it's going to be really quick. That being the case, I'm actually going to time stretch that clip a little bit and then move it just a little. Okay, now, treatments. You know, I'm all about the sound design parts of things. I really enjoy just making interesting sounds. Let's see what this guy can turn into. All right, number one, EQ. We want 0 bass on this. Yeah, so that is a lot of fundamental stuff right there. Oh, even less. That's better. Okay. Now, of course, delay would be the obvious thing, but it might actually make it last a little bit too long. But we could do the turn down the pre-fader effect. Listen. That's interesting. I wonder if this delay would work better. This one is a stereo, like, filtered delay. Nah, I like the other one better. Okay, now, mixing this is going to be tricky. Okay, let's hear it in context fully, and then we can kind of turn some levels down. I think it's less delay for sure. Okay, let's just actually edit the delay, since this is such a short little thing. This is the delay. This is like a custom program that I made. So we're gonna just get the decay way down. Are there effects on here? There probably are. Yes, there's delay. We need to turn that off. Okay. This may just simply be too long. Okay, let's try it again with time stretching it. Too short. Bring it a little bit earlier, though. Okay, and let's grab our tempo here. Also, where are we at? We are at 84. So bring this in and, like, come on, give me 84. You big jerk face jerk. All right, and we're going to slow it down here. Maybe a good amount. 59, but that's temporary. So then we can bring it back up again to 84. See how that sounds. That's nice. Now the end is going to be more extreme than that. And I really want it to start like... I actually want to hear it here. Bum, 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 bum. I want to hear it earlier. So like here we can get going. So let's bring this down to a chunk. We'll get another 84. Nope, more than that. Bum, 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 bum. Yes. And then maybe up a little bit from there. In context, please. Thank you. All right, now let's do a little bit of automation on the bass strings too. In fact, right at that particular point. Yeah, that is where it needs to come down because it's really just still like, come on, man, chill. Piano is the thing, you know. So just a hair down, and we'll see if that sounds. earlier. Earlier. It can certainly come in there. There. Okay. I like. What is it, the whole thing? May not need much more than this. Okay, I still don't totally like this sound. I will be completely honest. I don't really like this. Let's try this first one again. I'm going to see if that actually sounds any better. It may actually work with the same notes. I heard nothing. Just barely. Let's take it out of the delay. The pre-effect, or the pre-listen. Okay, now that I actually liked. That was kind of cool. Alright. I think the reverb is fine, but we don't need internal reverb or delay. Delay is off. Okay, it's also really quiet, and that means that you don't have any control. This needs to be here because this is where the B flat chord starts, and we can actually start it just a little bit early, like there. Okay, now it's got all that EQ on here too, and that's not gonna, yeah, it's not gonna help things much. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, there we go. I'm like, where's the sound? You took it out, bro. You took out your own sound, bro. Let's try this delay again. See how this sounds. Where you at? You're here. Okay, reverb. Okay, and then let's automate that also, the volume, so that it actually dies away really, really quickly at the end, because I certainly don't want it maxed out. Let's go back to the here and turn off our solo. So I really want it down and out like very quickly here. So we're at 700. Let's just put that in. And realistically, we need it like here. It needs to come. We'll place this in a place that'll allow that to happen. Okay. Yeah, see, and then it just conks down into non-existence real quickly. Okay. It's still a little bit too loud, though, to be honest. So the easy way to fix that would be to just take this and, like, lower it from here. And just extend this up. It's still too heavy. It's still too heavy. Let's put it like 600. Did you do the thing? Yeah, you did the thing. Okay. That's nice. There we go. Okay, now there's one thing that I feel like it needs, and that is just a little bit of warmth. Just general, warmth. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to grab my favorite synthesizer ever, Antidote. We're going to reset it. And all I want is a really... Here, we'll go like 6 oscillators. Yeah. Then we'll spread them. Then we're gonna go like diode ladder filter. No resonance. No key track. And we're gonna amp it. Okay, so like very narrow bandwidth. To be completely honest, we could just super cheese this. We just cheese this and do this. Copy that track. Let's join these two together. All right, but I want all of the mod wheel controls to be gone. So let's nuke those. They're not going to do anything anyways, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so listening to this. Now, the nice thing is on a diode ladder filter, when you add resonance, you take out bass. See? So you can, like, control the bass with the amount of resonance. I'm going to give it just a tiny bit. And then basically turn this way down. Let's see how that sounds in context. Give the piano a little bit more bass. I actually don't like this now that I hear it. Now this track can easily go to the exact same place for our Antidote bass thing. So this is going to basically be in the same exact place there and turn itself down. All right, one more try here. Chat. From the beginning. This might be it. This rising hope and then relaxation. Realization. And then we come back home. Yep. Okay. Cool. Now the only problem is 51 seconds. So, what do we do about that? I mean, we could make the tempo faster. Oh, here's the thing. It's actually not starting until here. So trim off 2.5 seconds. So now we're at 48.5. Is 3 seconds going to make or break? You know, what did it was the slowdowns up here. Those are the things that caused that. I need the pause here. I thought about like, ooh, well, you have a measure pause. I like the pause. I need the pause. Okay, I'm going to leave it as is. And this is one of the things. One of the lessons is always like, when is it done? That's a tough thing to learn, to be honest. Like for this, I just feel like it's just this little pocket-sized little world, and there's enough. You got low stuff, you got high stuff, you got mid stuff, you got melodies, you got counter melodies, you got a bunch of stuff. 4 different chords, like really simple, really easy. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, go humans.